The question, what's the crack?
I think we know what the crack is today.
Yeah, there's no hiding it.
He's been called out. We've all been saying it. It's been going on for ages. And now it's coming to the surface. Phillip Schofield is a pedo. I said it. I said it. I'll say it again with my whole chest.
You can't say that. He's not a pedo. He's a very, he's going through a really rough time at the minute.
I'm sorry. I do not buy any of that sob story. Not for 1 second do I believe anything that comes out of his mouth.
Why not?
Because he's a liar. He's a pedo. He groomed a child and had sexual relations with him. And everyone at ITV knew, and he knew, and he lied, and he manipulated the entire nation by coming out as gay.
I mean, not the entire nation.
Oh, he attempted to manipulate the entire
Yeah.
nation by coming out as gay. But really, he was doing things he shouldn't have been doing, and
Which is really fucked up in itself. Like, oh, let me just like cover up the fact that I'm a paedophile and like cover the story with, I'm coming out as gay, and I've been hiding it from my family for 27 years, even though I've got a wife and two kids. Two kids.
two kids.
But yeah, I've been gay all this time, and I've had this struggle, this internal battle within me, and like, bro, don't bring gay people into this. This has nothing to do with them.
Literally, they're like, we don't want you.
Somebody come claim this guy. He's not one of us. Like, that's not what. Honestly, top knock.
Yeah, I just think the timing of everything is interesting. I think everything that's happening is interesting. We spoke about this on an earlier episode where we were talking about like the whole situation that went down with him and this kid. But essentially, he visited this kid's theatre or school or something when the kid was like 10. Then they became
it was
friends.
Theatre school.
Yeah, it was like some sort of like
drama club.
Drama club. Yeah,
that's where you go to become an actor.
Yeah, because apparently he wanted to become an actor, and then this kid added him on Twitter, and he followed him back, and then they started messaging. And the story that Phillip is saying is that, the conversations that we had at that point were him asking for career advice and me asking him, he was saying that he might want to work in television, but essentially he was like, oh, well, I thought you wanted to be an actor, blah blah blah. But if you want to work in television, we can
come along.
We can get you on, on an episode for a day of This Morning.
Like, yeah, I can get you closer to me.
Yeah. And, I think he said that he felt responsible for the kid or protective of the kid or something, because obviously he was coming onto his show and he was the one that had the connection with him. But, the whole thing is just weird, because you've brought this kid on and then the kid ends up working there for a while, which is, again, like
unheard of.
Like, that is completely unheard of. Oh, here's some kid off Twitter that's going to come and work here for a while. And there's so much seediness behind it, because ITV knew like what was going on. People at ITV knew what was going on. He was basically getting this kid taxis. So I watched an interview with I think his name's Eamon Holmes. He used to work at the network as well.
Yeah.
And he basically said that someone that that works there, he found out recently, told him that what would happen is on Fridays, this kid would be getting a taxi from Phillip's house to the studio
in the morning
for work.
So why was the kid you would assume that meant he stayed over then?
Exactly.
Because you wouldn't walk to his house or get there and then go.
Exactly. He was staying at his house. What was happening is on Thursdays, what they're saying was their playtime, where they'd go out on the town.
Questionable.
And they'd get drunk.
That's a red flag. What you're hanging out?
Why are you hanging out
with
someone
and you're
so
calling
young?
it playtime? That screams paedophile. That is classic grooming, like 101. Teach the kid that even though you know what you're doing is wrong, what's the word? Like, make it like childlike for them, so they don't think anything of it. Like, oh yeah, we'll call it playtime. Like, don't worry, this is just playtime. Like, it's all fun. Like, the kid don't know no better. Do you know what I mean?
True. It's true.
And then if they say anything, we just had playtime. Like, yeah, then fuck, man.
It's so bad. So apparently they used to go out on the town together and they'd stay at Phillip's house, but they used to get separate taxis. So he would come from Phillip's house on his own, and then Phillip would come a bit later on his own.
Like remaining conspicuous.
I mean, ITV knew, because the taxis are being paid for by them.
Yeah, right. That's it. So it's on their accounts. There's probably a paper trail somewhere. Because someone's been paying for it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So they'll be able to see what time it was, from where they went to where they were going, how often it was, how many times.
Yeah.
So that'd be interesting if those ever get revealed. But I'm guessing that probably will get lost somewhere.
100% it has to. Because the other thing is, it was investigated. So this kid basically got moved from this morning. I think there were rumours going around, and he got moved on to Loose Women.
Mm-hmm.
He got promoted, which apparently is like unheard of in the thing, according to Eamon. He was saying like, oh, this isn't a thing.
No one ever gets promoted.
This isn't a thing that really happens. You don't get promoted to another show. He's like, it's unheard of. But he basically got promoted. And I think because things were getting, a bit hot and a bit heated and everyone was kind of figuring it out, they moved him on to another show, making someone else's problem. And then, Phillip comes out as gay. But they also made the kid sign an NDA. So he's not allowed to talk about what's happened between them. And also,
which is more question marks, because if it was completely innocent and there was nothing wrong with anything that was going on, you wouldn't make the kid sign any sort of NDA. You'd want him to speak.
And because
telling the truth would, alleviate the problem or the accusations.
Yeah, exactly.
So as soon as you hear NDAs, you think, well, that's a red flag.
100%.
Because why are you trying to muzzle this person for? What do they know that you don't want other people to know? What are you afraid of them saying?
Yeah. And I think the other thing that I learned about the situation was that someone made a complaint about their relationship or rumours about their relationship, and they investigated, and apparently they said to Phillip, are you in a relationship with this boy? No. Are you in a relationship with Phillip? No. Okay, investigation closed. And that was the extent of the investigation. Sign an NDA, move him over to something else, and that's it. And I think, is it Dan Wootton? I don't know who he works for now, but apparently when he was there, he asked the same question about like, oh, this is a young man, this is a young boy, and if these rumors are true, they need to be looked into, or they should be looked into for the safety of him. And I think they called him a gossip and said he was spreading lies and rumors. And then I think subsequently
defamation, the person that's speaking the truth.
Yeah. Subsequently, I think he got released. And then Eamon Holmes, after the whole Phillip coming out as gay thing happened, actually, to be fair, if you watch the video where he comes out as gay, you can see on Eamon's face that he's just like not buying
he's just so done.
He's so just like, I can't believe
I have to be here because it's my fucking